Good morning and welcome to another video. Okay, this video is going to be a really comprehensive video actually, a lot to go through. Okay, firstly, yesterday you had a massive demonstration organised by IWGB Union with their members demonstrating outside Blackfriars Road. A good turnout, probably over 1,000. Now, I want to say something about this. Okay, it is a good turnout, that's no doubt about it. But considering this congestion charge, which this video is about, which is going to affect every single over 50,000 private hire drivers around London, it's a bad turnout. And it just shows what this industry is all about. There is too many freeloaders drivers that just want something for nothing. They don't want to go out demonstrating for the cause. That's going to affect every single one of them. Mind you, having said that, they're very vocal on social media. You know, let's not get that wrong. And it's not just the private hire industry, it's the black cab industry. They have the same problem as well. If you seen last year, they went on demonstration twice there. Again, a lot of the drivers didn't turn up. You know, they thought it was a good day to actually go and rank and earn a lot more extra money than while the others try and do something for the trade. And it's the same thing that's happened yesterday regarding this. Now, let's talk about the congestion charge. Obviously, TfL drivers were exempt from that, but from 8th of April, a couple of months away, they'll have to pay it. There's no exception to this ruling from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m, which is going to affect, I suppose, most of the day drivers and night drivers in certain cases as well, if they want to come out. There will be imposed with the £11.50 congestion charge. Now, that is a lot of money. You know, let's work around that figure first. You know, that's over £80 a week if you work 7 days a week. You know, £350 a month, that is. You know, that's a lot of money. You know, if you're on the yearly rate, that's over £4,100, which could easily gone towards a new car, you know, your family, the whole lot. You know, let's not kid around. That's a lot of money that's going to go away from your pocket. Okay. Now, obviously, TfL want, Uber as well, want everyone to be fully electric by 2025. The only exemption from now up to October 2021 is the only exemption right now is if you're fully electric, firstly, and if you also got a plug-in version. Now, obviously, Toyota do a plug-in version, but that will be ruled out come 2021 because they want to go fully electric by 2025. So if you in market to looking to buy a car, that's going to be exempt from congestion charge. The plug-in version does it, but you'll only do it for a couple of years time, 2021. Then obviously that will be implied with the congestion charge as well. On top of that, you know, you got the ULEZ, ultra low emission zone, that comes in as well from 8th of April. So if you own pre Euro 6 diesel or Euro 4 petrol, you'll be liable to pay that as well. So you're talking about, you know, £11.50, then £12.50. That's £24 a day. You know, that's going to come out of your pocket. That is a lot of money, you know. And what these guys today have been, yesterday have been demonstrating towards, just, you know, does the council understand that? I personally don't think they do. You know, so we'll talk a bit about that. So this all stems back to when Uber initially lost his license. You probably all remember that. Now, if you listen to my videos and everything, you'll always agree that I've always maintained that Uber, no matter what, was going to get the license back. You know, no matter what the black cab were instigating at that time. In my mind, there was no doubt that Uber was going to get his license back. Now, so obviously what they did was issue them with a temporary license. And what that really meant at issuing a temporary license was they wanted to buy time. TfL were confronted with a new puzzle. You know, this is an app company that's making billions and about to take over London in the taxi trade. So they just issued them with a temporary license while they could decide what to do. Now, the thing is, right, they and decide what to do really meant, how do we make money out of Uber? You know, and so that was the main criteria for them. How do we actually make money out of them, rather than everything else what the black cab were trying to say to the public about rape, this, that, and everything. You know, TfL's main concern is to make money out of Uber. Right, so what they did then was they increased the operator's license fee. Now, they were paying something ridiculously small before. I can't remember what the actual figures was now. It was a few thousand for a 4 years license. And what they did was they bumped that up to about £3 million. Now, that's a lot of money for the coffers. But Uber, on the other hand, was quite happy with this. You know, it benefited them. 3 million was nothing really, you know, drop in the ocean for them. And they've also realized that a lot of other bases, I mean, this wasn't going to be just implied to them, it was going to be implied to every other taxi bases. And so, you know, a lot of these bases would have struggled to pay that operator's license fee. And so it meant really taking out competition. So when they actually came to renew the temporary license, and this is where it gets interesting actually, Uber, TfL really caught up to this now, and they're saying, look, we could make some serious amount of money. And they even sidelined the main guy, Tom Elmbridge, and said to them, said to Uber, you know something, bring us your leader now. You know, we want to talk to your CEO, Dara Shahi. And, you know, and just as a hint, tell him to bring some pot of gold for us if he wants the license back. Now, you've seen on a previous video as well, how I told that, how I mentioned the word, when Dara Shahi went and got the license back, he actually sold the soul of the drivers. Right. Now, so here we are now in the office of TfL and Dara Shahi, you know, and Dara's telling the, you know, story to TfL, how London can be used as an example to other cities, you know, with all this clean air and everything like that. And this is really important to understand. He suggested, this was released by the Guardian newspaper as well, that the private hire drivers pay congestion charge. This is Uber, this is our company, the one we work for. And you could do a, you know, quick calculation if you want. You know, if you got 50,000 drivers in London right now and they're paying £11.50 a day, you know, that's nearly £600,000 a day. And even if half of them actually came into the centre, zone 1 congestion charge area, they still equate to £250,000 daily for TfL. So that's one thing they suggested. But the problem here is Uber told TfL, because you're the actual local licensing authority, you know, you are the one that has to imply that charge. We can't say to the drivers, look, you need to pay congestion charge. It's you as a licensing authority, and obviously that money there you could use to fund other things. And then obviously TfL agreed to that, and this is the reason you're seeing the demo now with IWGB all at the TfL's office and not Uber's office. Ooh, that's a lot of money. And Sadiq Khan, obviously the Mayor of London, and we all know he could do with a bit of money now. He's got enough problems with the knife crimes and everything in London now. and so all this money could actually contribute a lot to recruiting police officers and everything, all for his benefit, really. You know, for the benefit of the Lord Mayor of London. So now, obviously, Dara Shah is about to go out of the door, and TfL obviously noticed something at the back pocket of Dara Shah, and said, Dara, before you leave, what's that hanging back of your pocket, mate? Have you just forgot to give us something else? You know, maybe just give us a bit more. You know, we're quite happy with you right now. You know, have you got anything else to offer us? So Dara Shah is saying, well, we got something else, you know. It's a bit of a scam, really. And what is that? Well, it's a project called Clean Air Fund. And what we're going to propose is that 50p per mile for any drivers that takes a trip into London. We're going to keep that separate, not give the money to the driver so he could buy his own car or anything, which would be too fair. You know, we're going to tell all our punters, you know, let's get the punters in there now as well. While we're taking, you know, the drivers for a ride, let's take the punters for a ride as well. You know, we're going to charge them 50p a mile for driving into London. And what we'll do, we'll, you know, do some consultation and everything, make it all look good. And we're going to call it, we're saving it as a fund for the drivers. So after 3 years, and they could accumulate up to, I think, £3,000 towards the new electric car, and you know, other electric related projects, incentives for London as well. But here it is, TfL. Let me tell you, a lot of these drivers ain't going to make this. Whatever they charge, 15p a mile, accumulated over the years, will be worth hundreds of millions of pounds. A few drivers will obviously escape through the net and actually claim the £3,000. You know, we'll try our best to either sack them before they get their £3,000. And you know yourself, a lot of these drivers are all part-timers, so they ain't going to make it. You know, whatever's worth to, after 3 years, it's going to be tippence anyway, especially when you're talking about buying a brand new electric car. You know, it's a lot of money, brand new electric cars. And you know yourself as well, a lot of these guys who do work for Uber are quite entrepreneurial. You know, a lot of these guys will be gone by the time 3 years. So whatever's they accumulated with 15p a mile, we get to keep. And then we'll give it to you. And you could do some nice projects to do with it. Are you happy with that, TfL? And guys, this is what I'm saying. TfL love Uber. There's no doubt about it. And I've just shown you a quick illustration of why and how they love Uber. So let's finish this video off now. Okay, let's get to what the actual hidden truth of this congestion charge which has been put on to the private hire drivers. Okay, so we've concluded 11.50 congestion charge brings in millions for TfL. The ULEZ at 12.50 bringing in millions again for TfL. The clean air tax at 15p a mile bringing in again millions for TfL. Now, this is quite a dangerous game Uber's playing here. A lot of these charges are going to be a lot of money for a lot of drivers. It's a big burden, a lot of expense, and there might be even some casualties in this. Primarily people who are part-timers, people who are doing this on the side. And I know some of you might go say, well, that's probably a good thing, actually, get rid of all the ones that doesn't want to take this game seriously. And there's a bit of truth in that, actually, and I could buy that. But there wasn't a need for this. You know, if Uber controlled the intake of drivers, combined it with the pay which needed to be adequate for this industry, there wasn't even a need for people to leave this trade, because they probably wouldn't have entered this trade initially. So so we've discussed all this, and it looks like TfL is getting a good bargain on all of this. But what is it in for Uber here? And that is the actual truth of this video. The actual hidden truth of this is they want to conquer central London. Yes, Uber's objective is to conquer central London, and this is a perfect plan where TfL are so happy with the amount of money they're getting in, they will just leave it open for Uber to do whatever they want. Yeah, and Uber's hand, I mean, you got the likes of Van, who are really starting to get a move on in central London. They're expanding again. Obviously, you got the likes of Ola coming soon as well, which will be another main contender. I know some few of my fellow YouTubers flying the flag for my whip. I personally don't even think I will succeed. Probably give it a year or two after it's been launched, and they've been trying to launch for the last year or so. And what I mean by that is when a driver actually drops in London and he's got a congestion charge, he's paying £11.50, and he might be driving a diesel, which is going to inquire another £12.50. So that, you know, that's a lot of money. And when he's dropping inside London on a £15 fare, he's actually making a loss on that job. So what is he going to try and do? He's going to try and recoup that and also make it worthwhile while he's in there. And this is falling in for the Uber trap, and this is what they wanted to do. This is why they are willing to give so much money to TfL. When a driver goes in, he's going to stay in there, do 3, 4, 5 jobs, which he probably wouldn't have done anyway, because he just doesn't want to drop work around London. It's too congested. But now he's got no choice. He has to stay there to make it worthwhile. And that is the main reason why TfL is getting a lot of money, and Uber will succeed very, very easily, you could say, because they've just got the go-ahead to do anything they want. Thank you very much. Sorry about this long-winded video. I'll try and make the next one a bit more shorter. Thanks. I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye now.